Hey guys, welcome back to the Idiot Side Quest. I'm Leah.
I'm Brando.
And welcome back to the Idiot Side Quest. We're going to be continuing the same Choose Your Own story that we were doing last week. For those of you who haven't seen the first episode, you should watch it. And then for the people who did watch it, I guess we'll do a quick little recap.
Man, recap. So much happened.
So much happened.
Essentially, we're
an edgelord.
We're this little edgelord kid who has a crush on a witch, and then he's a magician or like a warlock, but he's not very good at anything. And so he takes on to like this what starts as curiosity into
just
necromancy.
Like fucking daydreaming, like just being on one.
Dead girlfriend dream.
Yeah,
so his dead girlfriend comes to him in his dreams. She's like, hey, you need to become a lich lord, guy, so start summoning shit. And he's like, okay. And then he goes to try and find ways to do so. He talks to a demon, tries to go...
Big Red.
Yeah, tries to go pay for the book. Big Red, when he goes to meet up with him, he gets the axe.
Yeah.
And so you kind of find this dead guy. And there's just like, there's several endings in which you die if you try and play it safe, honestly, so far.
Yeah.
But
you've died many times. It's unfortunate.
Overall, demons start taking over the city, and you kind of fight and take over a lot of it. You become the lord of the city, essentially, but it's kind of a weaker city, so... What
did we end up, like, naming our city? Was it Aftermath?
It's something stupid. It's something edgy. I think is it about to get renamed? I don't remember. We're working with another demon lord at the next city over called Velzix.
Yeah. Dude.
And he wanted to go into a partnership and...
make us his bitch.
Yeah. So we happily accept him saying that we'll be the bitch. We'll be the general.
We want him as our daddy.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my god. Also, before we continue on, because I know that this story never really mentioned it, but what's our edgelord name? I feel like we gotta name ourselves, and it's gotta be like an edgelord name.
Did we not already have a name?
No, I don't think so.
Draco Malfoy.
Nah, man, let's be more creative than that. But Draco's
a pretty edgelord name.
It really is.
And it's easy. And it falls into like the same kind of like linguistics of like a name like Velzix, you know?
True. All right, I guess we're going to be Draco. Draco Edgelord.
Draco Edgelord.
It's our last name.
Ready to hit us on this merry adventure?
Oh, I'm going to hit us?
Yeah, hit us with the merry adventure here.
All right. So we're about to take our necromantic career to its next level, my dudes.
Sounds romantic.
I'm sorry, what?
Necromancy. Just loves them dead bodies, that dead girlfriend, you know?
Yeah. There's a very strange picture of... it's like a goblin, but it's got a scorpion tail.
It's like an imp, man.
It's not an imp. It's too big to be an imp.
It's a little demon boy.
But yeah, it's looking pretty hardcore. Alrighty, so 1 year has passed. It's been 1 year since you made an alliance with Velzix, and so far it's paid off. With your combined might, you both have successfully held off the Grand Alliance. You haven't gained too much ground, but it's looking like that's about to change. Every day, Velzix has somehow been managing to attract free demons from other nations to join him, though it's not as if they have too many options, as mere suspicion has turned into hatred, and they're being rounded up and killed as possible enemies. Though again, thanks to mortal failings and greed, there are a few nations that still let their small demonic populations run free. Not surprisingly, Velzix has been attempting to convince the leaders of these governments into joining him in exchange for even greater power. Velzix has also been attempting to open portals to his own infernal realm on a permanent basis. Right now, he can summon a few reinforcements to replace battle losses, but nothing to a major scale.
We need to close shut the jaws to oblivion, except we're opening them.
Yeah, dude. We're here to fuck shit up with some demons. Your magic powers in the other branches of magic has somewhat improved. Oh man, we don't totally suck anymore, just mildly. It's great, dude. Though this might be due to your infernal dealings. Necromancy is still your area of expertise, obviously. And as it stands, you're the only true necromancer allied with Velzix. You sort of hold a unique position, but you question its importance in the scheme of things. You've been basically put on defense duty. Your undead troops are nothing more than meat shields for the most part. And while that is what they are there for, you'd rather them be your meat shields and not somebody else's. Or worse, mortals. Fuck those mortals, dude.
Let them die.
Mortals are dumb. You feel like your talents are being wasted to a degree, and you've got a lot of untapped potential that's dying to get out. However, an open rebellion against Velzig isn't likely to happen, but there's nothing stopping you from setting the stage. And you still have Aftermath. See, I told you. I told you
Aftermath.
It is Aftermath. Under your control. Even if you do have to put up with the demons and mortals stationed there now, one night in your study while you're contemplating how to go about all of this, you figure out there are 2 ways. Oh man, there's our choice. We get to choose our own story. You've actually got a lot of troops at your immediate disposal. You believe you could probably take over the nearby Brought Kingdom by yourself without any help. They have a weak military and most of the Grand Alliance armies are busy elsewhere. You could build up a bigger power base. You might piss off Velzix, but by doing this by yourself, it could take the chance that he might not overlook it if you're successful as to him also increasing his own territory. The other option is to remain doing what you're doing and engage in more secret assassination conspiracy against Velzix. You already know that tons of others are probably going to do it, so why not you? The problem is that individually, most of you are fairly weak against him, though together you'd be more successful, of course. Getting a bunch of demonic assassinating liars to trust one over the other is probably even more difficult than attempting it itself. So, our options are engage in a military conquest or engage in a conspiracy.
I say military conquest is the way to go. It's like Daenerys uniting the kingdoms, man.
But I want to plot an assassination.
I'm curious, though, there's also a third option to look up some more background info. And I know the first time we skipped over the background info plot, shit. I feel like it might be a good idea to pick up on all the players here, though. So what do you think? Background info first, maybe?
Like, what would the background info be, though?
I don't know. That's why I'm curious.
All right, fuck it, yeah.
Yeehaw.
Yeehaw.
All right. So, it's just got several pages. So, let's see. You nearly laughed at the idea that you have any allies. A more appropriate designation would be the folks who are currently on your side because it's advantageous at the moment. Velzix doesn't trust any of them either, despite the fact that they all knew and worked with each other in the Infernal Plane. Actually, he doesn't trust any of them because of the fact that they all knew and worked with each other. Given that fact, you probably shouldn't either. Oddly, you don't worry about your enemies as much as your allies, mainly because at least you know where you stand with them. So, looking into Velzix and Cynthinia? Yeah. Your boss, quotation marks, is currently the undisputed lord of Velzix's realm. Not a very imaginative designation, but nonetheless.
Is it
but
better
true nonetheless.
than Aftermath, though? Like, really, it's not a great name.
It's not. He rules from his huge fortress called Fury, which is the capital of his realm. He was something of a greater power in his own infernal plane once, but apparently lost most of it as power is often fleeting in such a place of constant struggle. Still, he refused to give up and was in the long, slow process of rebuilding his status until the Dark Order summoned and bound him to your world. He was angry at first, which of course is natural for any demon, or anyone in captivity, but soon he realized this is an opportunity. The whole world he would take over and use it to increase his own power, a place he could completely master over after he had made it more like home, of course. He is making sure to make his plan a reality. Besides being very intelligent and strong, he's also quite charismatic for a demon, which accounts for why he's managed to unite his brethren more successfully than most. Though, of course, infighting still occurs, it's kept in check for the most part. Velzix is definitely aware that most of his followers are secretly planning his downfall. He expects it, in fact. After all of it's a way of life where he comes from, he considers part of the challenge is keeping everyone slightly at odds with everyone else so they can't unite against him, which is exactly what happened in his own plane. Learning from his mistakes, I see. His attitude towards you is uncharacteristically one of respect. You might even say he treats you equal to his other higher-ranking demons rather than a mortal. Though, given how he treats his fellow demons, that's not saying much. Most other mortals that serve him have sold their souls for power and slavish worship over him, or are serving mainly out of fear, whereas you have chosen to serve out of ruthless pragmatism, and in some others that still follow your own path. Though following your own path to the point where it's interfering with his own would be quite detrimental to your alliance. Cynthinia is a succubus. She is sometimes Velzix's consort, quotation marks, but such things as fidelity are not a trait known to demons, let alone a succubus. Officially, she's known to be in charge of the internal security, but occasionally she undertakes a few diplomatic, quotation marks, missions in an attempt to corrupt weak-minded mortals who would be of use. I feel like the quotation marks here are important, considering she's a succubus.
6.
6 each time.
6.
Velzix enjoys her company, but knows to ultimately keep her at arm's length, lest you find himself dead. Tivadol, the Destroyer, desires her greatly, but of course out of spite, she pays him no attention other than scorn and disinterest. Sisek and her have had some encounters, quotation marks, but such encounters are in the past, and it seems due to her actions, Sisek's position was demoted and she took his place. He dislikes her intensely and hopes to get revenge on her one day. She finds this to be incredibly hilarious. As with most of her kind, she's a wily one and uses her sex appeal as woman whenever possible. This sometimes leads to her being playful, especially with mortals who often know no better until the final fatal moments, though she's quite capable of being brutally sadistic when she desires, often at those last fatal moments. This playfulness is extended towards you sometimes, though her feelings towards you are a bit more fascination rather than seduction. She has often said that for a mortal, you're one of the more interesting ones, quotation marks.
Bullshit.
She thinks we got a big pee-pee, but we don't. But due to your dedication to necromancy, she finds your line of work to be unfun. This is likely due to the fact that she is a creature that exploits and thrives off emotions and feelings. The dead don't have such weakness, therefore the dead are no fun. However, as you are still alive, she probably thinks that you may be a little fun.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't need this backstory.
All right, we can get back into the story.
I'm bored.
All right. I thought it was going to be more in depth on like the varying kingdoms and shit going on around.
No, it's like setting up. It's like the splash screens for this fucking necromancy soap opera.
But picking where we last left off, I say military conquest.
You want to rock, paper, scissors for it?
Sean Ken Bo? Are we gonna go on go?
I don't know.
Like 1, 2, 3, go?
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, go.
1, 2, 3, go.
Okay.
Conquest it is. Hell yeah. All right.
What's the point of having power if you aren't using it in a meaningful way that can help you? You're sick of being reined in. You're going to do what you've been wanting to do for a long time. You prepare to march your army of the undead to Brought Kingdom. The demons and mortals stationed at Aftermath are wondering what's going on, though, since most of them know you're mainly used for defense. Where do you think you're going? A demon soldier steps up to ask you as you're about to leave the city gates. So we're being asked where we're going in our own city. Damn,
we're supposed to be on defense.
I know, but we're a real bitch.
I think what we say in response here is, we're like, hey, bitch, listen here. This is what we're going to do.
Hey, dude. I'm going to go conquer the Brought Kingdom. Got a problem with that? Me? No, not at all. I just didn't know Velzix let you off your leash. The demon soldier grins. This remark is met with a negative energy blast to his face. Wow, we're just killing people? I mean, I don't know why I'm surprised.
It's just a demon.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. For those watching or listening, Brandon got a giant glass as a Christmas party present, and he just took a giant sip out of it, and it's real bad.
Thirsty, man.
Oh man, don't break it. Don't break it. Okay. This remark is met with a negative energy blast to his face, completely ripping the flesh off and revealing the still grinning skull underneath. As the rest of his body falls to the ground, you feel the need to make a speech to the gawking onlookers. Oh man, we get a speech and it's gonna be edgy, I can tell you that for sure. I'm not on anyone's fucking leash. Nobody tells me what to do. Now what's gonna happen is I'm gonna leave and lay waste to the Brat Kingdom. The rest of you are gonna defend this place while I'm gone, and when Belzix come here, like I know he will, I'll handle it. The rest of you can cower before that fucker, but I ain't the one. Wow. Okay.
Dang.
Okay, bitch.
Okay, edgelord.
We're gonna have a mutiny on our hands, and I can tell you that already. Having made your thoughts known, you return to your undead army, which obediently stands still, awaiting your commands, as the way things should be. The way all things should be. God, I fucking hate us. I hate us so much.
We're awful.
We're awful. After a few days, you eventually reach Brat Kingdom. After a few days, you eventually reach Brat Kingdom. You start by decimating the small border villages and then quickly raising the peasants you slaughtered. You've moved on into larger towns before the Brat military manages to start opposing you. Their military is weak, though. Most of them see your horde and run in terror before the fight even begins. Because I'm a fucking edgelord, dude. Those are the smarter ones. The rest soon become just more fodder for you to raise. You actually feel more power after your conquest, which is odd given the amount of energy you've been expending. You can only take this as a sign of being what you were meant for. Within the week, you've single-handedly taken control of Brat capital and most of the kingdom in general. Much of the royal family has abased themselves before you in an attempt to spare their lives. You laugh and grant this request. After all, someone has to still run this territory. You've successfully subjugated your first territory. In fact, it's the first real territory conquered since Velzix took over the Tolling Kingdom. Tivadol's petty victories haven't even compared to what you've done. 'Cause I'm a fucking edgelord. When you return to Aftermath, you're half expecting to be met by Velzix, who has undoubtedly heard of your actions by now, because it's been like a week, dude. It's only now that you realize that you may be in more trouble than you thought. However, you're surprisingly met by Sussex instead, who sits in your study. Aw, man, we got a succubus.
Succubus.
Succubus, we're gonna get succubied. This place is as dead as my status among demon kind, he says, looking at the many skeletal structures and decorations. It's a fucking necropolis. I'm a necromancer. What do you want? I thought...
No. That's the other person. That's the one that the succubus overthrew. See? Lore is good.
Fine. But see, if I didn't have the lore, I wouldn't really be confused. I would just be like, who's this new dude? Okay, it's a fucking necropolis. Necropolis. I'm a necromancer. and what do you want? I figured Velzix would be here meeting me. Oh, he's on his way, bitch. And from what I've heard, he's quite pissed about you playing the role of conqueror. He's just a little bit more preoccupied with the Grand Alliance army that's currently attacking him directly now, which probably explains why you met little resistance at Brat. Congratulations on your victory. I'm sure Tivadol won't be too pleased with with accomplishing something that he couldn't either. Yeah, so why are you here? I don't know, dude. Like, why do you think he's here? Like, think about it. Just use your brain for a second. I'm here to help you get out of this shit pit you've stepped in and are quickly in danger of sinking further into. You've showed it entirely too much ambition too soon, my mortal. What of it? Like I'm the only one plotting against Velzix? Ha. Tivadol makes no pretense of his goals. Ah, yes, but you're not taking some things into consideration. Tivadol is still a demon, and you, my mortal, are not. We are not fond of ever being bested, but bested by a mortal is more repugnant to us. Tivadol is also a predictable loudmouth brute who's never going to achieve his goals. Velzix knows exactly how to manipulate him. Perhaps the day will come where he'll have to kill him, but that day is far in the future. You, on the other hand, are still new and he's learning about you. Velzix probably thought you couldn't be manipulated or cowed into submission by his sheer strength and magic abilities alone, but it's apparent that you aren't afraid of such things. I could have seen that, though. Necromancers embrace death, and the fear of it won't be a factor, though there are worse things than death. Yes, you're proof of that, you mock.
Yikes.
Wow, dude. Your pointless barbs at me are quite unproductive, and are in fact hindering you. I'm offering you help, and I advise that you take it before you meet Velzix. Offering me help, huh? I seriously doubt you're doing this out of the kindness of your heart. Of course not. I'm doing it because I see opportunities for revenge, and quite frankly, you're the only one that will be able to help me achieve it. However, I assure you that we will both profit greatly from this. If you listen to me, if you don't want my help though, I'll leave. Okay, I'm listening. What are you suggesting? Haha, no, my mortal friend. I would be quite the fool if I told you how to help handle Velzix before I got your word that you are in fact accepting my help. Are you accepting my help? Sussex looks at you expectantly. So we can accept his help or refuse it. What do you think, my guy?
On one hand, we probably do need help dealing with Velzix, especially with someone that's dealt with him before. But on the other hand, he's also a demon. And that's
You don't
another
take shit
demon.
from demons.
It's another demon that's trying to muddy himself with us. And as we knew, because guess what? Because we read the lore. He's already lost a power position and he's trying to get it back. So he's probably plotting something too. I say we say fuck him.
Yeah, I agree. Don't take shit from demons.
Don't take shit from demons.
Except for this demon that we're currently taking shit from.
Yeah, but it's advantageous shit. All right, we refuse his help. You're not going to be anyone's puppet. You can handle Velzix yourself. Get out of here. I don't need your help. In fact, I'd say dealing with a loser like you would put me in a worse position. Go scheme elsewhere.
I hate us. I hate us so much.
Your words cause Sisek to give you a look of mixed disapproval, disappointment, and disgust. He quite obviously doesn't like your insults, but he was also hoping that you'd help him. All he can do now is attempt to save what little pride he has and leave. Very well, little necromancer. You think you know best. I'll leave you to it. You'll never be one of us, though, and that's why your pitiful lifespan here will be even shorter than normal. Enjoy your victory. It will be your last, he remarks and leaves you. You dismiss his warnings and attempt to prepare yourself for Velzix's visit. You come up with how you're going to explain your actions to Velzix. A couple days pass and you hear about the Grand Alliance army breaking off their siege. Velzix will be coming soon. Velzix arrives.
Uh-oh.
And you're readying every spell and summon you can think of. If it is to go down, you'll have to act quickly. You're actually surprised he's coming down here instead of summoning you to his fortress instead.
So, little necromancer, I hear you've been taking matters in your own hands and acquiring territories yourself. I'm displeased that you've done this. The Grand Alliance has been attacking and you've been squandering my potential reinforcements elsewhere. What if they'd succeeded in breaking through my defenses? I would have had no troops to support my position and would have been lost. Well, if that had happened, I guess I would have had to take over.
That remark wasn't the best one you could have made.
No, I think that
okay,
was,
so that was
yeah.
us. Well, that was a habit I guess I would have had to take over. The remark wasn't the best one you could have made, but you can't contain yourself for some reason. By Velzix's statement alone, you're sensing weakness in him. Weakness that you could take advantage of. Why should you have to explain your actions? In the meantime, Velzix is barely containing his anger at your arrogance.
Tread very carefully, mortal. Do not presume that you are not expendable. You are not a demon. Do not attempt to play this game in which you are ill-equipped to play. You are under my command. Normally, I would kill you for your insolence, but your recent victory has been a great one from what reports I've heard. However, it is my territory, not yours. Do you think you are going to build up some power base to betray me later? Because that is not going to happen if you value your existence. So you better not just put so much thought out of your mind right now and fall in line.
Velzix hasn't raised his voice too much, but there's definitely a real threat here. The temperature of the room has gotten much hotter, as you can feel the heat from his body rise with his anger. If you're going to make a move, you better do it now. I don't think we kill him now. The options are kill him or capitulate to him.
I feel like you could have said that in a shorter word. But let's be real, this person who wrote this story is definitely like writing it about themselves.
They're trying to like flex like a first year college class or maybe AP English in high school. So I don't think killing him is a good play. I don't think we are strong enough to kill him yet.
I don't think we're strong enough to kill him
He's
yet
definitely
either.
in a weaker state, but that's pushing our luck.
I don't know. I feel like we should kill him.
Rock, paper, scissors?
The listeners are going to get so fucking annoyed if we do that.
All right, I've made the last few decisions. We will go with your decision. How about that?
No, you're making me rethink this. Is this
It's the weight of your own decision. There's no devil advocates here. It's just you choosing now.
No,
you have choice 1 and choice 2.
Reverse psychology. That's what's happening.
My will is strong.
Okay, give me a second. I'm gonna think this through, because like Belzic's like, even though he's mad, he's doing it from a place of insecurity.
Well, I don't think we're really in danger here. Like, we pissed him off, but like he said, it's been advantageous to us. He's just mad that we did something. But I don't think he's got any intention of killing us here. We'd have to do something real fucking stupid. Like, I don't know.
Try to kill him. Okay, all right. I see what you're saying. Okay, we're gonna
capitulate, whatever that means.
Capitulate. I think it just means go with the flow, do what he says. All right. Don't mind Brandon and his giant drinking glass. It's fine.
That voice dries out my throat a little bit.
Shocking. I wonder why, dude. As much as your desire is there to kill Velzix, your caution overtakes you. You do exactly what Velzix requests of you. The territory is yours. I have no control over it, you say, and even make a little bow. Little bow. You feel disgusted with yourself for even doing that, but Velzix is quite pleased. He's broken you a little. Yes, it is, and I'm glad to see you've gotten with the program. The less pride this one has, the more likely one is to survive in the end. This is what it's all about. Now we should never have another incident like this again, I trust. No. Good. Now I think it's the best place for you now would be directly by my side, where you can be more useful.
We actually becoming his little bitch.
What? Sure, I could shore up my defenses in the heart of my realm and place more elite troops on the front lines. Plus, I think it would be a good idea to keep a closer eye on you, because I don't trust you, bitch. Just to make sure you don't forget your place.
Is it bad that the immediate image in my mind is we're just gonna be his footstool that he occasionally slaps on the ass?
Yes, that's great. Meekishly, you travel back with Velzix and become a permanent fixture of his fortress as an ass stool. You really hate it there, as you've watched constantly. It's unbearably hot all the time and have to put up with more demons than you did in Aftermath. Predictably, they're all hostile towards you, loyal to Velzix, and set your zombies on fire for laughs regularly.
Poor zombies.
Our poor raised dead people. God damn it, dude. Leave them alone.
Can't even get a break after death.
Nah. I don't think they asked to be raised from the dead either, but we're here.
We out there.
4 years pass.
Dang.
It's been 5 years since you made your alliance with Velzix, and you fucking hate it more than ever. While you've managed to still carve out a niche for yourself, your position is increasingly becoming in danger of being obsolete. Velzix has been successful in keeping infertile portals open longer, which is allowing more demons to come in. The Grand Alliance has been hard-pressed to hold the line, and it seems like more and more mortals each day are willing to bend before a demonic might. Your undead troops aren't even necessary for defense too much anymore. Because of this, you're forced to broaden your magical horizons and tap into the infernal plane. It's only due to the fact that you've been delving into darker necromantic magic and fusing it with infernal powers to create potent, unnatural abominations that are still serving your purpose. However, this type of magic is highly experimental, and you're probably the first one to even attempt it. We're an edgelord. It's beginning to take on a toll on you rapidly, deteriorating your health, because as they say, you don't change hell changes you. Every day you're in pain and probably losing what little of your black soul you have left. If this keeps up, you won't be around long enough to see Velzix achieve his goal of opening his permanent portal, which looks like it might be soon. You haven't heard anything of your family except that you know your sister's a captain of the Grand Alliance army, and your dad's mercenary company has been hired to launch ongoing raids, harassing and hindering Velzix's effort. Your mom is probably saddened by your actions. No shit.
Mom's sad.
Mom's very sad. How dare us? Draco, why would you do this to
My
Mother?
beautiful boy.
You're just another mortal submitting to demonic supremacy. It's a long way from what you originally envisioned for yourself, and it's probably too late for you to do anything about it now. Or is it? Recent reports have spoken of another assassination plan on Velzix. It's known that the vampires have been sending their own, but haven't gotten anywhere close to him. A few heroes from the civilized governments have been sent out as well, but none of them have been successful either. However, if you could locate one of these groups and try to help them get to Velzix, maybe you could at least get some sort of satisfaction. You don't really have anything else to lose at this point. So, we can help one of the assassins groups or continue what you're doing.
I mean, what we're doing sounds pretty fucking lame, so I say let's go get those assassins.
Yeah, dude.
Yeehaw.
Yeah, but I think he's like at more power now. I think we should have killed him before.
But guess what? So are we. We have deteriorating health, but we've got more powerful magic than ever thought possible.
Wow.
This is how we're going to become a lich, man. You failed to kill Velzix when you had the chance 5 years ago, when his alliance was being proposed. Then again 4 years ago, after you conquered Brat. But maybe you can make up for lost time. As they say, third time's a charm. You have no idea how you're going to accomplish it, though. It's not like you have some sort of context. Then it hits you. Why not go see Sesasek? You know he's still harboring desires of revenge, and he's supposed to be returning to Fury soon. You wait a week attempting to plan for this proposal, but you know it's really going to come down to, hey, Sesasek, I'm going to kill Velzix. You want to help or nah? In fact, that's exactly what happens when you catch him in an empty hallway. He looks at you with a smirk on his face. You almost expect him to think that you're setting him up, but you can tell by your pitiful state that you're speaking the truth. So, finally wised up, eh? You know you wouldn't be in the condition if you'd taken my help 4 years ago. I don't know. I've got my own plans. Why should I involve you in them? Because I do still have power. Power that would help you take out Velzix and regain respect among your own kind. You're talking to a desperate man here. I don't even care if I die at this point. I just need to get my own revenge on Velzix. You and a multitude of others. You're not special. However, you are desperate. And you are powerful. Dangerous combination. Very well. I'll talk with you further, but let's go someplace less likely to be listened in on. You and Sesasek speak in your study. He's very open about his plan to you and explains that he's been in contact with Lord Rostov and working out a deal with the vampire clans that will be beneficial to him. This deal could be extended to you as well, provided you're helpful enough. Another group of vampire assassins have managed to make their way into the heart of Velzix's realm, but if they were to strike, they need to do it now, before Cynthinia, the succubus, internal security forces sniff them out once again. Sesasek's job was to sneak them into Fury without too much opposition. Given that you're in on the plan now, you could do a better job since your necromantic magic could mask the vampire assassin's movements.
How can we do that?
He mentions he will set up a plan, and while you and the bloodsuckers are heading to Velzix's chamber, Sesasek says he will be dealing with Cynthinia personally. It will also provide a diversion. A day passes, and you're preparing yourself for the battle of your life. You memorize every powerful spell you can think of and strengthen up your undead minions. When this goes down, there's no turning back. So you're just going to order all of them to attack the moment Sesasek's attack on Cynthinia becomes known and alarm is raised. Hopefully, the added chaos will help. Another day passes, and Sesasek sees you fairly early in the morning. He mentions that the assassins will meet you by the dead forest nearby when the darkness falls. He hopes you've prepared yourself, because it was very hard to convince them to change of plans. When darkness comes, you take a few of your hellish, undead abominations with you, and make your way to the dead forest. Once fairy folk and the like frolicked here, now it's just a group of desiccated tree husks waiting to be taken away to build more war machines. Your powers in necromancy aren't quite as pure as they used to be thanks to the tainting of hellish magic, but you can still sense the assassins are close by. You aren't even taken by surprise when they materialize around you. Indeed, you have your abominations to act, if they try anything. So you're Velzix's little necromancer, eh? You don't look like much, one of them says. Maybe, but you ain't getting into that fortress without me. You think Sesasek could have snuck you in? Please. Sesasek? The moment you enter, you would have been detected. Cynthinia's got magic detection up the ass in that place. Fortunately, I can mask your presence. Just make sure you all stay invisible until the right time. Oh, don't worry about us. You just hold up your end and get us to Velzix, Necromancer. You make your trek back into Fury, without incident with your hidden friends in tow. You take a deep breath before entering the gates, whereupon you half expect the demon guards to stop you, but nothing happens. You've succeeded. Your next move is to get as quickly as possible to Velzix's inner chamber. You don't get far when an alarm is raised. You think it's for you at first, but you soon realize Sesasek doing his part. You hope it's enough of a distraction, but if it isn't, you mentally call out to your undead minions to attack anything living. Come on, secrecy's over. We gotta haul ass to Velzix, you claim. Velzix? While chaos is reigning in the forest, you and the vampires easily dispatch those who would attempt to stop you. When you get to Velzix's inner chamber, he's attempting to open a portal to get reinforcements.
Treachery! I expected this from Sesasek, but I thought you learned your place. No matter, you will learn pain instead, and your blood leech buddies won't be able to help you either.
Velzix's portal opens, and a swarm of demons come pouring out. The vampire assassins waste no time and begin their work with deadly efficiency. Your abominations have less finesse, but they get the job done. Velzix's unleashes horrible infernal magic that could have caused a couple of assassins to liquefy. You're just trying to stay out of the way of most of the fighting and attempt to keep control over your troops, but you soon realize that you're going to have to play a direct role in his death and unleash your own negative energy bolts at Velzix. The battle is brutal, and dead bodies soon litter the chamber. You've suffered a mortal wound, and it hardly matters now. Deep down, you didn't expect to survive this. Velzix isn't either, though. Sesasek arrives just in time to slam an axe in his back while he was finishing off the last vampire assassin. Velzix roars in pain, but falls to the floor, whereupon Sesasek pulls out a second weapon, a sword, and severs his head from his body. It's done. Velzix is dead, and you don't feel too much different. You're still dying, and you're not hopeful that Sesasek will help you out.
Shocking.
Ha ha ha! Vengeance is mine! Velzix and that bitch are both dead,
he yells in triumph. Uh-huh. Great. Yes, well, it looks like you're hurt pretty badly there. I don't think I could do anything for you. In fact, I need to make my escape. I think you'll understand if I leave you here. After all, you would only slow me up, and I may... Yeah, sort of figured you'd stay, you say, holding onto your bleeding side. Besides, you've got your revenge, and that is what you wanted, right? I can honestly say that I couldn't have done it without you. I can honestly say something, too. I'm still nobody's puppet. You hit Sesasek in the face with a negative energy blast. He screams as it strikes his eyes. He collapses on the floor, blindly reaching for a weapon, yelling about how he's going to kill you. You smile, though, as more demons come into the inner chamber and butcher Sesasek while he's on all fours like some sightless dog. You then give way to the release of blessed death.
Damn it, dude! Alright.
Dead.
We going again. Let's see.
So I'm curious if the site allows us to go back to our save.
You know how to work the site better. Boop. Boop.
Restore.
Yeah,
yep.
dude.
All right, so are we going to go back up to that final last decision there?
Hit that one.
Should we accept his help here earlier in time? I think that's probably a better choice.
Yeah, let's do that.
But I'm also, I'm curious if there's an ending for poor, sick 5-year-old later, us. This is the better play, though.
Let's accept his help.
Okay, we'll accept his help 4 years ago. Please?
All right, I was just checking to see. Oh, this is a whole new thing. Okay. Well, you probably could use the help in this matter. Smoothing things out with Velzix is going to be a delicate affair. All right, I'm accepting your help. Excellent. Sesasek smiles. Sesasek explains that even if you do manage to talk to Velzix into not killing you for your actions, he's still going to take away your hard-earned victory for himself. You can't let him do this, nor are you going to get into a fight with him. Instead, you must convince Velzix that you are indeed loyal and would never dream of betraying him, but that you must take a more active role in things if you're going to be effective. You must remind him that you are but a lowly mortal and will always remain so when compared to the Demon Lord. After advising you, Sesasek leaves you as he mentions he doesn't want to be around if things don't go well. Wow, thanks, dude. He doesn't need any more of Velzic's anger to spread out to him. But if you happen to be successful, he'll definitely be around to provide more help in the future. Hey, boy.
Hey.
Hey, boy. You feel by just agreeing to this, you've lost something of yourself. Much like when you allied with Velzix. Maybe you haven't gone so...
Look at us being a demon puppet. We're just everybody's bitch now.
Maybe you haven't gone so far to sell your soul, and granted you were walking the path of darkness to begin with, but the twisted taint of hell that you've been getting deeper into is definitely starting to change you, and it's probably not for the better.
Taint.
Wow. In any case, a couple days pass and Velzix arrives. He's a little bit more calm than you were expecting, but he could blow up at any minute.
So, little Necromancer.
Fuck, that was not it.
Come on, more from the diaphragm. Let's get it there.
So, little Necromancer, I hear you've been taking matters into your own hands, acquiring territory for yourself. I'm displeased that you have done this. The Grand Alliance has been attacking, and you've been pondering my potential reinforcements elsewhere. What if they had succeeding in breaking through my defenses? I would have had no troops to support my position, and that would have been a loss.
Forgive me, but I feel like with the Grand Alliance focusing their attention elsewhere, I believed an attack on the Brock Kingdom would have been a good idea. And I might add it was. The conquest was very successful.
Yes, but you have dodged the question of what would have happened had the Grand Alliance broke through my defenses.
I did not worry about such things since I knew they would be no match for a powerful demon lord such as yourself. And even if they had, I'm sure you personally could have dealt with a few stragglers. They are only mortals after all, and they would never be a match for you.
God, we're talking to him like he's our sugar daddy and we are the bitch.
Licking that booty.
Let's wank him off a little bit more, shall we?
Obsquicious words, little Necromancer. I've never heard any such tone from you before. You've always carried an air of arrogance about you, but tell me, this is my mere presence enough to make your clumsy attempts at gaining more power?
I fear you've misjudged me in this. I simply feel that my talents have not been used to their full degree. Because you believe I shall be treacherous in the future, I have no desire to do such thing. What would be the point? I could never hope to defeat you anyways. I only wish to be more active in your eventual conquest of this world. I have already proven to be a more competent general than Tivadol. Velzix laughs out loud at this statement.
I'm sure Tivadol would be thrilled to hear that a mortal had achieved more in military victories.
Yeehaw. Please keep that in the podcast. At least on the YouTube clip.
Damn it! It's just not working for me today.
It's just a day for you.
It's just not working for me today. I'll see if I'll keep that in or not. But for those listening, if I do keep this in, I just totally knocked over my mic and knocked over my watcher, but I saved it from anything spilling out on anything important, so that's good.
Yeehaw.
Fuck, dude. Today is not my day. Oh man, okay.
I'm sure Tivadol would be thrilled to hear that that a mortal has achieved more military victories on this world than he has. Very well. You wish to choose a more active role, so be it. It will be the most amusing to see Tivadol compete with you. Perhaps this will even inspire him to succeed, since you have pointed out he has yet to conquer an entire kingdom for me like you have. And it is my kingdom, is it not?
Yes, it is, you say with a bow.
Oh, God, we're such a bitch.
Such a bitch.
I like this version of us a little bit better, though.
Just a little bit.
Yes. Well, you've talked your way out of this one, Necromancer. But I know that I will still be watching you. You had best prove successful in your new active role, but also remember who is in charge and who serves.
Of course. Velzix informs you that since you have taken on this role, he'll be using more orders to you, and that it will be up to you to oversee larger areas of the territory, starting with the recently acquired Brock Kingdom. Yeah, dude, we picked the right choice.
What I don't like is the fact that it's like, even if we didn't choose Sussex's help, Sussex. Yeah, that one.
That guy.
What we could have just still talk to him like in this manner of like being polite and not being a little, cunt.
Angelor don't know how to do that. And with that, you have your new place in the hierarchy. 4 years pass.
Back into the future.
Back into the future. It's been 5 years since you made your alliance with Velzix so far. It's proven to be more beneficial than not. You've managed to carve out a niche for yourself, and it's a good general. It's just in time, too, since Velzix has been successful in keeping infernal portals open longer, which is allowing more demons to come in. While your undead troops are becoming somewhat obsolete, your expertise in military planning has assured you a place in this demonic empire. You don't lead demons, though, of course. They'd never allow such a thing. You lead a strange combination of undead and mortals who decide to throw their lot with the infernal forces. Has even provided you with a few mortals who have displayed an interest in necromancy, allowing you to not carry the weight of keeping an undead army constantly anymore. While you haven't completely abandoned your necromantic roots, you've been forced to broaden your magical horizons and tap into the infernal plane, which allows you to create potent unnatural abominations. However, this type of magic is highly experimental, and you're probably the first one to even attempt it. It's beginning to take a toll on your deteriorating health because, as they say, you don't change hell, hell changes you. However, your power is keeping you going. You haven't lost sight, and one day you'll be in charge. Your immediate rivals haven't lost sight either. In fact, you've become more of a threat. Tivadol the Destroyer is constantly making threats that he'll one day see you crushed underneath his foot. Cynthinia is a little bit more interested in your relationship with Sissix and finds that the fact that you two are on good terms to be very suspicious. Bitch, you right.
She right.
She right, though. Oddly, Velzix doesn't seem to be worried about this, though, or if he is, he hasn't made it known to you yet. Indeed, he's been preoccupied lately with the finally opening up a portal permanently in his infernal home. He believes it will soon be successful. In the meantime, the Grand Alliance has been hard-pressed to the hold line. They are slowly losing ground to you and Tivadol. Heroes from all over the civilized governments have been employed, but so far they've been proven unsuccessful in getting to Velzix, let alone killing him. Vampire assassins, however, have had a little more luck, but Synthesia's internal security magic guards have detected them as soon as they all got near to Velzix fortress. You can't say you're too thrilled with yourself with Velzix opening up a permanent portal, as it could certainly make your job a lot harder of killing him in the future. Realizes this too and has recently approached you about this. He tells you to meet him for a plan to kill Velzix in a couple days. While you're in your study pondering what this could entail, you're suddenly greeted with Synthetia's presence. Unusual, since she's directly kept her distance from you ever since you conquered the Brock Kingdom. Indirectly through her spies is another matter, however. Whatever she has come to see you for will probably isn't good, or is it? This place still reeks of death, I see. It's much too cold in this place, not warm like many of our other conquests. Look at...
Titties.
No, I'm not.
Look at her titties. Look how hard my nipples are. That's the following sentence. I'll say it if you don't.
Yikes. Why it's cold enough to make me almost want to put clothes on. Almost, she says. Touching herself in a significant way.
What was that?
Touching herself in a significant way. Yeah.
Come on, yeah.
Yeah. You've seen her in action before, and you're not
What's that supposed to mean?
I don't know, dude. You've seen her in action before, and you're not some weak-willed fool, so this routine has little effect on you. But it's got some effect, though, dude. Yeah, well, zombies tend to be flammable, and I hate heat, so this grave chill stays, and you'll have to deal with the hard nipples. Okay. So, this is more times than I thought I would be saying that word, but okay.
Nipples.
Nipples. Synthesia, what do you want?
Come on.
Oh
Spit it out. You gotta say it with some air, too. You are an actor.
No,
and the world is a stage.
I'm not an actor. This is a podcast.
Would you like me to handle this last sentence?
Dude, I got this. Besides your dick and my nice money.
Are you sure you got it?
I got this.
Come on, let's keep it rolling.
I want to see. Okay. I want to see you not ruin your most promising career by sliding in with a loser like Sissix. I know the two of you have been collusing together ever since you conquered the Borak Kingdom.
There's no collusion!
There's no collusion. A most bold move, I might add. The first of many. You're obviously a man who knows what he wants and takes it. At this point, Synthesia is turning on her demonic seduction and getting closer to the point of touching you. You'd be lying if it wasn't having any effect on you. Yikes!
Draco just wants some warmth.
Yikes. Yeah, well, just get to a point, bitch. See, so forceful. Very well, the point. My point is, Sussex is an obsessed fool with whose time is running out. I know he's got plans to kill me and Velzik so far, and I haven't exactly determined how he's going to attempt it, but I know it's coming soon. My concern is if you have anything to do with such plans. It would be a shame if you did. Well, he hasn't said anything to me about any specific plan, you reply. Careful words you choose without actually lying. You have been hanging around our kind and learning. However, you will not judge me so easily. Specific plan. Specific being the key word. So I'm guessing he's approached you about some act of treachery, though, and just hasn't given you any details yet. You say nothing, and she presses up against you while speaking into your ear so close that she nibbles on it. Yikes. I'll take your silence as a yes. Know, however, that you are still not powerful enough to kill Velzix. I am very close to him, just like I am very close to you right now, and I can tell with certainty that you will not be able to defeat him, not even with that bitter old idiot Sensix helping you. I advise that you not go down the same path as he is. Oh yeah? Well, if you think we're doing something, why not just kill us both right now? It's not how I work, my necromantic cutie. Besides, I'm giving you a chance to join with a better and more grateful ally in the long run. Namely me. I want you to find out what Sensei's plan is, and then at the right time, betray him. I would be most grateful, bitch. I don't trust you. Sissix trusted you once, and look what happened. Sissix proved to be weak and unworthy of my loyalty. But, of course, you don't trust me, nor should I trust you. Still, you think on this. I have offered to become your ally and more if you wish. I run the internal security of Velzik's empire. Do you not think that having me as an ally would be more beneficial for you in the future than staying an ally with Sessix, whose plans are surely doomed to fail? I already know he's planning something. He will be punished soon, along with all that have conspired with him. Stay loyal to him and you'll suffer his fate. Betray him and you'll suddenly find yourself in control of his holdings and have one less potential enemy to worry about. Not to mention, you will make me very happy. So stay so happy that I may provide favors. I wonder what that could be. For you that you can never dream of. So what do you say? Normally, you'd think more about it, but Synthesia has made a somewhat appealing offer in the fact that she's currently shoved one of her hands down your pant. Oh, God, no, I'm not reading that. That's not going on YouTube. No, Brandon, I'm going to censor that out if you read it.
Dang, I have a censor button, but it's actually hooked up to my Go XLR, so it's a different board. She's currently shoved her hand down your pants and is stroking your boop. Isn't exactly helping you think straight either.
Yikes.
I say we accept her help.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Demon titties.
Demon titties. Okay.
All right. If Synthenia already knows what's going on, chances are she's already got countermeasures to solve it. Her overtures for an alliance must be somewhat genuine to some degree. Otherwise, she'd let you go through with this plan and just have you all killed when you attempt it. Okay, Synthenia, I'm in, you say. Synthenia continues to rub against you and then looks into your eyes before kissing you. I can taste the truthfulness on your lips, a rare flavor around here. I'm glad you've decided to join me. We're going to have so much fun together. Now let me taste more of you, something more carnal. A few hours later, Synthenia leaves your study, which is now a mess, and remarks that she'll be expected to see you soon after you meet with Sessasek. She is succubus. I'm not surprised.
I'm not surprised either, but oh my God.
A few days pass, and you meet Sessasek in the forsaken area known as Draw's Wasteland. The barbarian tribes here still hold sway, but you need not concern yourself with such minor threats. They know enough to stay away from too dark individuals such as yourself and the others. The others in question are vampires. It would appear that Sisasek has been planning more than just normal betrayal. The vampires eye you warily. So? How did you swing a deal with the vampire clans, you ask? Let's just say I have some similar interests, and that interest is seeing Velzix die in that bitch Cynthinia. Remember, Sisasek, our primary target is Velzix. Your desire for revenge on other targets is secondary, one of the vampires exclaimed. And I assure you that taking out Cynthinia is very necessary to our goal as well. She's head of internal security. Killing her is vital to our plan. See, he's just butthurt over losing that position.
Oh, yeah. Well, and I think, not having her as, an F-buddy anymore.
Yeah. Well, I thought getting Mr. Necromancer here to mask us long enough to enter Velzix's fortress was the plan. He will be, but... Hey, hold on. What am I supposed to be doing now? You interrupt while exaggerating your clueless act. You mean you haven't even been informed him yet, or what's going on? I was going to do it now, Sisasek hisses before turning to you. Look, isn't it true that you can use some sort of necromantic magic here to hide our friends? The reason why assassination attempts have been so unsuccessful is due to all the magic detection security in the fortress. Ah, yes. I see what you're getting at. Yeah, but I can't just do it myself. It'd still be giving off way too much of a deathly aura that would probably arouse suspicion from Cynthinia's detection shit. I'd have to enter the fortress with either a bunch of zombies and skeletons, or I suppose I could just enter with a few of my abominations. That would arouse less suspicion, since I use them as bodyguards anyway. You vampires could travel with us invisibly, and it shouldn't be detected until you decide to go into a blood frenzy and start killing everyone. Haha, see, I told you he could do it! You all agree to this plan and hammer out some details before parting ways. You head back to Aftermath. When your undead abomination bodyguards begin to sniff the air and you feel a presence stalking you, you stop and prepare yourself for an attack. Once again, the vampire assassins become visible. Apparently, they've been following you. You can't sneak up on a necromancer. I can sense your undead presence. Remember, Blood Leech? Is that what you still consider yourself? I thought you'd become a worshipper of demons rather than dead, given how long you've been with them, one of the assassins says. No, I don't worship anything. I've been concerned with my own power. All of this is just means to an end. And I've not given up on the necromantic arts.
And our end is our dead girlfriend that we've lost way a lot of sight of. We've forgotten about Serena.
Yeah, but we got a succubus now.
That's true.
And you'd be wise to remember that, vampire. Good. Then it's not too late. What are you on about? Look, this plan will be more successful if you fully cooperate with us. After we kill Velzix, Lord Vostov wants to invite you to join us. He feels that your connection and understanding of death along with your power would serve the clans well. Among us, you would find a sort of peace. You would not have to deal with demons anymore.
Yeah,
You must be joking. After I kill Velzix, I'm taking over. And anyone who opposes me is going to feel my wrath, you say, keeping up the illusion that you're going through with the assassination. The vampire assassin runs her fingers through her hair and pauses before speaking again. No, you won't. And I'm not talking about a knife in your back of one of us either. I'm saying if you believe you'll be able to control an empire mixed with mortals, demons, and while controlling all of your undead troops, then you're beyond delusional. Look at you. You're a wreck from all that infernal magic you've been tapping into. Is it any wonder that demonologists don't live a long time? It's probably only due to baffling, plentiful necromantic energy that's kept you going this long. Even if you do manage to rein in the chaotic nature of the demons and hold off the Grand Alliance, I doubt you'll be able to enjoy any of it, let alone conquer any more territory. I guess you bloodsuckers forgot that I can always become a lich.
Yeah, dude, that's the goal here.
A lich? There hasn't been one of those since the time of the great Lich Lord. The amount of death energy to become one must be huge, and you're not there yet. You're not likely to get there, and you're not pure enough anyway. You're tainted too much by hell. Well, you haven't directly sold your soul. You've thrown your lot in with them enough to be damned. You will not be allowed to escape death on your own, but becoming one of us will give you a chance. You will defeat death and live lifetimes. You think on the assassin's words. Much of what she says is true. You aren't in the best condition anymore. You're in pain a lot, though you try to ignore it and not display your weakness. As far as being damned, you're not sure. It's probably true. Your thoughts have focused less on death and more on demonic nightmares. The purity of what was once pursued has been tainted. You can almost kick yourself for allowing to turn into what you are. However, you wonder if the vampire is just telling you this to get on their side. They must be worried about you if you want to join this bad. Of course, he could just be lying, but you don't think so. After being around so many liars, you've come to see the signs, not to mention your own insights into the undead.
So I think we've made a mistake.
Why?
Because I think the titties got us distracted. I don't know.
Titties are powerful.
Yeah, titties are powerful. Because I feel like if we join the vampires, we're going to get fucked up by the succubus. So I feel like we got to decline their offer.
However, becoming a vampire would allow us eternal life, and we would become slightly more tuned into undead. And it would probably purify us a good bit. You know what I mean? It's more, like they say, being with the vampires as a lich makes way more sense than being with demons because it's a different plane of magical existence. So I think joining the vampires is smart. I want to join vampires.
I want to join vampires too.
Like demon titties are nice and all, but
oh no, we're still working with
we're
the demon
still
titties,
trying to
but I
summon.
think the demon titties are gonna be mad at us for joining the vampires. Is all I'm saying.
Well, at the end of the day, we just return to being a fucking footstool with demon titties, and then we're still in the infernal magic, and eventually it'll probably end up killing us.
Okay, vampires.
So I say vampires. Also, as fair warning, we are probably past the hour mark at this point.
Oh yeah, most definitely. We've kind of this has been a rough one, kiddos. I'm probably edited most of it out, but like, All right, you've come to the realization that the assassin is correct. You foresee a long struggle plagued by the headache after headache if you continue to deal with these demons. It's been nothing but backstabbing, double dealing ever since you've dealt with them. Given your recent alliance, with Synthesia, you can only expect more of the same from her. Is that what you really want to deal with? Not to mention, if Velzix does open the portal to his infernal realm, he'll be even more powerful, and no matter what you do, you can't stand against hell alone, and the demons would never follow the likes of you. Joining the vampire clans might not be ideal, but then again, nothing you've done so far has. All right, I'll join. Excellent. Though I certainly hope you're being sincere. It would be such a shame if you were lying. No, I mean it. My days of walking with demons are gone, or are going to be at an end soon, one way or another. Coming to an agreement, you prepare yourself for this assassination attempt. You also plan to have all of your undead troops strike at just the right time to cause even more chaos, since you won't be sticking around for after Velzic's death. At least you hope you won't.
We're probably still fucked.
We're probably still fucked. After a few days pass and tells you that he has everything ready, he mentions he'll be taking care of Synthesia personally, along with her whole secret service. You'll meet the vampire assassins in a dead forest near Fury. You send Synthesia a message that you'll be arriving to Fury to report what Sussex is planning, and she'll be expecting you. But what will actually happen will be completely different. You make your trek to Fury without incidents, with your hidden friends in tow. You keep a deep breath before entering the gates, whereupon you half expect the demon's guards to stop you, but nothing happens. You've succeeded. Your next move is to get as quickly as possible to Velzic's inner chambers. You don't get far when the alarm is raised. Assassins, kill them, Synthesia orders. One of the demon guards says. Suddenly, you're surrounded on all sides. Shit, apparently Synthesia was somewhat wise to your last act of treachery. You mentally call out your undead minions to attack anything living. Come on, secrecy is over. We've got to haul ass to Velzix, you explain. While chaos is raining into the fortress, you and the vampires easily dispatch those that would attempt to stop you. When you go to Velzic's inner chamber, where he's attempting to open a portal for reinforcements. Treachery. I expected this from... God damn it.
Sussex.
We're dead. Treachery.
I don't think so, though.
I don't know, dude. I think we might be dead. I think the demon titties are going to come for us.
No. I think we're good.
Treachery. I expected this from Sussex. But I am very disappointed in you. I had such plans. Oh well, perhaps I will perhaps I will get pleasure when I break your bones and have you flayed over the course of a very long and painful torture period. And I assure you, you will be very much alive to experience it.
Belzic's portals open and a swarm of demons come pouring out. The vampire assassins waste no time and begin their work with deadly efficiency. Your ambitions have a less finesse, but they'll get the job done. Belzix unleashes a horrible infernal magic that causes a couple of the assassins to liquefy. You're just trying to stay out of the way. You're just trying to stay out of the way of most of the fighting and attempt to keep control over your troops, but you soon realize you're going to have to play a direct role in his death and unleash your own negative energy bolts at Belzix. Ooh, maybe we not dead. Belzix, your bitch is dead now. Now you shall join her, he shouts and unleashes. The battle is brutal and dead bodies soon litter the chamber. You're beginning to feel the effects of the energy you've expended in this fight. Thankfully, Sussex arrives with some of his mortal lackeys, giving you a breather. He looks like he's seen a hard battle already, but still has a lot of fight left due to the revenge that's fueling his rage. Belzix, your bitch is dead. Now you shall join her, he shouts, and unleashes a flurry of blades upon his former master. In the meantime, the female vampire assassin that first approached you comes up to help you. Come on, let's get out of here. We haven't killed Belzix yet. Yes, we have. Look. You look over at the battle between the two demons, and it's clear that Sussex has the upper hand, literally. He's chopped off one of Belzic's limbs at the forearm. You take the assassin's advice and leave with her. After a little more fighting to get out of the fortress, eventually you find refuge in the dead forest again. Chaos has overtaken Belzic's realm. You doubt if his demonic empire will be able to recover from this even if he manages to survive. You're so tired that you don't have time to react when you're suddenly bitten on the neck and drained of your blood. You feel your life force ebb and then disappear completely. You die for a moment and you can feel yourself being pulled towards the infernal realm. Dead. And I don't know, I think we go made.
No.
We did?
I don't know. But I mean, right there, it just said we're dead.
We're dead for a moment, it says, okay? You can feel yourself being pulled towards the infernal realm and the hideous tortures that await you there. However, you are suddenly brought back to the living, so to speak, within just a few minutes. You don't feel the taint of hell with you anymore, but you also feel less powerful in terms of necromantic energy. So that's what I was saying. I was like, I don't know if it's gonna mesh well. You can sense that whatever undead troops you raised or controlled have now crumbled and collapsed. No, our army, god damn it. Good, you're up. Welcome to your new life. Your blood tasted terrible. Ugh, all tainted and shit. Spat most of it out. Wow, I'm really one of you now, you say, ignoring her comment as still in awe of your new form. That's right, but I think you'll find that you won't have some of your powers anymore. While this transition does have its benefits, it has its downsides as well. I'm sure Lord Rostov will find you a welcome addition to the clan. I think he's actually been interested in meeting and talking with you. Been a while since we had someone new join us. We should go now. The sun will be up soon. The vampire assassin pulls out a black cube-like device and presses a few buttons, and you're whisked away into the vampire clan's secret fortress. It's there that you begin your new life. In the years to come, the chaos caused by Belzic's demonic empire settles down somewhat. Belzix did indeed die that day in the battle with Sussex, but he did not live long after getting his revenge. He was soon cut down by other demons who saw the grand opportunity to kill the hated traitor. The Grand Alliance once again gained up the upper hand as the demonic infighting begins to take its toll. Tivadol the Destroyer, who was the last remaining demon with any meaningful leadership skills, was eventually struck down in battle by your sister, who became a hero. Your parents also survived the chaos. This pleases you, well, about your mom and your sister anyway. Fuck dad. As for you, you once again find yourself under orders, but this time by Lord Rostov. But you don't mind them. You find this life of ruling the mortal world through the shadows to be more appealing and less of a hassle. While it is true that you no longer possess the powers you once had and may never have them back, you've come to be satisfied with less and not living a life in constant pain anymore. Your existence continues and the future is unknown as this world's status quo is starting to return, but your life as a necromancer is over. God damn it! God damn it! I just want to finish this.
I think this is like a really like long thing. Because we still have to become like a Lich Lord and then take over and then do shit as a Lich Lord. There's a lot to go. This is like a 5-episode book thing, I think.
Is it? Like in the time description, it just says it'll be a while, grab a Stickers. This lasts way longer than a Stickers. What is that point of time reference? I don't understand.
Yeah. It also goes slower when you're like reading and acting out lines.
Yeah, that's true. And then having to like go back.
Die.
When you fuck
Try.
shit up.
See, that's the thing is too, I mean, it's probably like not insanely long if you have a perfect run.
Yeah.
This is hard.
This is real hard.
Because like here, we live a good life. This is a good ending. But it's not the ending. It's a good ending, but it's
Serena.
not. Yeah, we've had bad endings. This is our first good ending, but it's not true
The
ending.
ending,
Yeah, it's not the true ending.
Well, fuck. Okay. So are we done for today, or do you want to
think
just?
so.
Okay. I guess if you guys want to be happy with this like ending, but not true ending, we have a good life. But if you guys like want us to finish this, I guess just let us know in the comments or wherever you choose to let us know things. We got a Twitter, we got an Instagram, we got personal accounts. Just yell at us, it's fine.
I think another possible option too is like even if we like play through it all in like these various episodes, you get the multiple endings and stuff. We could also have a special episode where
we splice everything together, so it's just
or we
a
just
perfect
reread
story.
it right from just with all the right paths.
Yeah, instead of rereading it, I would probably just splice that bitch together.
All right, fair enough.
Of
fair
us
enough.
like making all the right choices. All right, well, I guess this was a side quest. Maybe we'll finish this.
We're idiots. It's gonna take forever.
It's gonna take forever. We're real dumb. God damn it. We'll see you guys next week.
See you next
be
week.
continuing this. I don't know.
I hope so.
Okay.